Picture this. You are stuck in traffic, watching another Monday morning slip away, wondering if you'll ever break free from the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle that keeps you awake at night. What if I told you that buried within the pages of one remarkable book lies a blueprint that could completely transform your relationship with money, success, and life itself? Today, we're diving deep into The Wealthy Gardener by John Soforic, a book that's been quietly revolutionizing how thousands of people think about building wealth and creating the life they actually want. This isn't just another get-rich-quick scheme or financial advice book filled with dry statistics. This is something entirely different. Soforic takes us on an extraordinary journey through the wisdom of mentorship, the power of disciplined thinking, and the surprising parallels between growing a garden and growing wealth. But here's what makes this book truly special. It reads like a captivating story while delivering some of the most practical, actionable advice you'll ever encounter about money and success. And John Soforic's The Wealthy Gardener represents a masterful fusion of storytelling and financial wisdom that breaks every conventional rule about how money books should be written. Rather than bombarding readers with complex investment strategies or overwhelming financial jargon, Soforic crafts an intimate narrative that follows the relationship between a successful entrepreneur and his eager protege. The book's genius lies in its metaphorical foundation. Soforic draws profound parallels between the patience, consistency, and nurturing required to cultivate a thriving garden and the identical principles necessary for cultivating lasting wealth. This isn't merely a clever literary device, it's a fundamental shift in how we conceptualize wealth building. Instead of viewing financial success as a sprint toward the quick profits, Soforic reframes it as a patient and methodical process of planting seeds, tending to growth, and harvesting results over time. What sets this work apart from the crowded personal finance genre is its deeply personal approach. Soforic doesn't present himself as an untouchable guru dispensing wisdom from an ivory tower. Instead, he shares his own journey from struggling beginnings to financial independence through honest, vulnerable storytelling that resonates with readers facing their own financial challenges. The book operates on multiple levels simultaneously. Surface readers will find practical financial strategies and actionable advice they can implement immediately. Deeper engagement reveals philosophical insights about purpose, discipline, and the true nature of success that extend far beyond monetary considerations. This layered approach ensures that The Wealthy Gardener offers value to both financial novices seeking basic guidance and experienced investors looking for renewed perspective and motivation. The Wealthy Gardener unfolds as an engaging dialogue between an unnamed narrator seeking financial wisdom and the titular Wealthy Gardener, a successful entrepreneur who has achieved both material success and personal fulfillment. This mentorship relationship serves as the vehicle through which Soforic delivers 60 distinct lessons about wealth building, each presented as a short, digestible chapter that can be consumed independently or as part of the larger narrative. The Wealthy Gardener character emerges as more than a simple teacher. He becomes a philosophical guide who challenges conventional thinking about money, success, and happiness. Through their conversations, which often take place in the gardener's meticulously maintained garden, readers discover that true wealth encompasses far more than bank account balances. The gardener reveals how financial abundance naturally flows from cultivating the right mindset, developing disciplined habits, and maintaining unwavering focus on long-term objectives. Soforic structures the book around the seasonal cycle of gardening, using spring planting, summer growth, autumn harvest, and winter preparation as metaphors for different phases of wealth building. This organic organisation creates a natural rhythm that mirrors real-world financial cycles and helps readers understand when to focus on learning, when to take action, when to enjoy results, and when to prepare for future opportunities. The narrative technique allows Soforic to address common financial misconceptions and limiting beliefs through the gardener's gentle corrections of the narrator's assumptions. Rather than lecturing readers about what they're doing wrong, the book invites them to examine their own beliefs and behaviours alongside the narrator's journey of discovery. This approach creates a more engaging and less defensive reading experience that encourages genuine introspection and change. The foundation of Soforic's wealth philosophy rests on what he calls the 3 pillars of wealth creation. The first pillar involves developing the proper mindset about money and success. The Wealthy Gardener explains that most people approach wealth building with the wrong mental framework, viewing money as scarce and success as dependent on luck or external circumstances. Instead, true wealth builders understand that abundance flows from internal qualities like discipline, persistence, and strategic thinking. This mindset shift alone transforms how individuals approach financial decisions, career choices, and business opportunities. The second pillar focuses on skill development and value creation. The Gardener emphasizes that sustainable wealth comes from becoming increasingly valuable to others, whether through developing marketable skills, solving important problems, or creating products and services that improve lives. This principle challenges the common misconception that wealth comes from clever investment strategies or market timing. Instead, it positions skill development and value creation as the true drivers of long-term financial success. The third pillar addresses the importance of systematic wealth accumulation and protection. The Gardener shares specific strategies for saving, investing, and protecting wealth while avoiding common pitfalls that destroy financial progress. This includes detailed discussions about the power of compound growth, the importance of living below one's means, and the necessity of protecting wealth from both external threats and internal impulses. A central theme throughout the book involves the concept of financial seasons. Just as gardens experience natural cycles of growth and dormancy, financial success follows predictable patterns that require different strategies and mindsets at different times. The Gardener teaches the narrator to recognize these seasons and adapt his approach accordingly. During spring seasons, the focus should be on learning new skills, planting seeds through education and networking, and preparing for future opportunities. Summer seasons call for intense action, business building, and capitalizing on favorable conditions. Autumn seasons emphasize harvesting profits, consolidating gains, and enjoying the fruits of previous efforts. Winter seasons require patience, preparation, and strategic planning for the next cycle. The book dedicates significant attention to overcoming what Soforic identifies as the 7 wealth destroyers. These include procrastination, which prevents people from taking necessary action toward their financial goals; perfectionism, which creates paralysis and prevents people from starting; short-term thinking, which leads to poor financial decisions; victim mentality, which places responsibility for outcomes on external factors; comfort zone addiction, which prevents necessary growth and risk-taking; comparison trap, which creates dissatisfaction and poor decision-making; and instant gratification, which undermines long-term wealth-building efforts. Another crucial element involves developing what the Gardener calls wealth consciousness. This encompasses understanding the true nature of money as a tool for creating freedom and impact rather than an end goal in itself. Wealth consciousness also includes recognizing opportunities that others miss, thinking in terms of systems and processes rather than isolated events, and maintaining perspective during both financial setbacks and windfalls. The Gardener shares detailed strategies for creating multiple income streams, emphasizing that true financial security comes from diversifying income sources rather than relying on a single job or business. This includes developing passive income streams through investments, royalties, and business systems that generate revenue without requiring constant personal input. Finally, the book addresses the psychological aspects of wealth building, including dealing with fear, managing stress, and maintaining motivation during difficult periods. The Gardener explains that financial success requires emotional intelligence and psychological resilience, just as much as technical knowledge about money management and investment strategies. The first transformative lesson from The Wealthy Gardener centers on redefining what wealth actually means. Rather than simply accumulating money, true wealth involves creating freedom to pursue meaningful work, spend time with loved ones, and contribute to causes that matter. This redefinition changes how individuals approach financial decisions, shifting focus from purely monetary considerations to broader life satisfaction and impact. Understanding this distinction helps readers avoid the trap of endless accumulation without purpose, which often leads to burnout and dissatisfaction even among financially successful people. The second crucial takeaway involves embracing the compound effect in all areas of life. Just as small, consistent actions in gardening eventually produce abundant harvests, small, consistent financial behaviours compound over time to create significant wealth. This principle extends beyond money to include relationship building, skill development, and personal growth. The key insight is that dramatic results don't require dramatic actions. They require consistent, purposeful actions sustained over long periods. Developing systems thinking represents another fundamental shift that the book advocates. Instead of focusing on individual financial transactions or isolated events, wealthy individuals think in terms of systems and processes that generate predictable results. This means creating budgeting systems, investment systems, income generation systems, and personal development systems that work together to build wealth automatically. Systems thinking reduces the reliance on willpower and motivation while creating sustainable progress toward financial goals. The fourth lesson emphasizes the critical importance of surrounding yourself with the right people. The gardener explains that financial success is rarely achieved in isolation. It typically results from relationships with mentors, partners, customers, and colleagues who support and accelerate progress. This includes actively seeking mentors who have achieved the level of success you desire, building relationships with peers who share similar goals and values, and distancing yourself from people who consistently reinforce limiting beliefs about money and success. Personal responsibility emerges as another cornerstone of wealth building. The book strongly advocates taking complete ownership of financial outcomes rather than blaming external circumstances, market conditions, or other people for lack of progress. This doesn't mean ignoring external factors, but rather focusing energy and attention on elements within your control while adapting to circumstances beyond your control. This mindset shift eliminates victim mentality and empowers individuals to take concrete action toward their financial goals. The sixth takeaway involves developing what Soforic calls financial intelligence, which encompasses understanding basic financial concepts, recognizing investment opportunities, and making informed decisions about money. Financial intelligence includes knowing the difference between assets and liabilities, understanding compound interest, recognizing tax implications of financial decisions, and developing the ability to evaluate investment opportunities objectively. This knowledge base enables better financial decision-making and helps avoid costly mistakes. Learning to delay gratification represents another critical skill that the book emphasizes. Wealthy individuals consistently choose long-term benefits over short-term pleasures, whether that means investing money instead of spending it, continuing education instead of pursuing entertainment, or building businesses instead of consuming products. Developing this capacity requires practice and often involves changing deeply ingrained habits and behaviors. The eighth lesson focuses on understanding and leveraging different types of income. The book distinguishes between earned income from jobs, portfolio income from investments, and passive income from business systems and royalties. Building long-term wealth requires gradually shifting from dependence on earned income toward increasing portfolio and passive income streams. This transition provides greater financial security and freedom while reducing dependence on trading time for money. Risk management and protection strategies form another crucial component of wealth building that the book addresses. This includes maintaining adequate insurance coverage, creating emergency funds, diversifying investments, and structuring assets to protect against potential losses. Wealthy individuals understand that protecting existing wealth is just as important as creating new wealth, and they take proactive steps to minimize potential downside risks. The final key takeaway involves maintaining perspective and balance throughout the wealth building journey. The gardener emphasizes that financial success should enhance life rather than consume it. This means setting boundaries around work, maintaining relationships, taking care of physical and mental health, and pursuing interests beyond money. This balanced approach ensures that the journey toward wealth remains enjoyable and sustainable rather than becoming an obsession that undermines other important life areas. The Wealthy Gardener stands as a remarkable achievement in financial literature, successfully bridging the gap between practical money management advice and deeper philosophical insights about success and fulfillment. Soforic's gardening metaphor proves far more than a clever literary device. It provides a comprehensive framework for understanding wealth building as a natural, patient process that rewards consistency and careful cultivation over quick schemes and desperate measures. What makes this book particularly powerful is its recognition that financial success intertwines with personal development, relationship building, and contribution to others. Rather than promoting a narrow focus on accumulation, Soforic presents wealth as a tool for creating freedom, security, and positive impact. This broader perspective helps readers maintain motivation during challenging periods while avoiding the emptiness that often accompanies purely materialistic pursuits. The book's accessibility and practical nature ensure that readers can immediately begin implementing its principles regardless of their current financial situation. Whether someone is struggling with debt, building their first business, or seeking to optimize existing wealth, The Wealthy Gardener provides relevant insights and actionable strategies. The seasonal metaphor helps readers understand that financial progress involves natural cycles requiring different approaches and patience during difficult periods. Perhaps most importantly, Soforic demonstrates that wealth building doesn't require exceptional talent, luck, or circumstances. Instead, it requires adopting the right mindset, developing appropriate skills, and consistently applying proven principles over time. This democratic view of wealth creation empowers readers to take control of their financial futures regardless of their starting point, for anyone seeking not just financial advice but a complete framework for living a prosperous, meaningful life. The Wealthy Gardener offers wisdom that extends far beyond money into the realm of human flourishing and authentic success.